Hey, what's up, Terrell? What's up, Henry? What's up, Rise? Well, I don't know about you guys, but I had a hell of a week. Holy crap. I got some pictures to share with you guys, too, about the forest fires we have. Why? What happened, Terrell? Yeah, the fire started basically in front of my house to the east, about anywhere from 15 to 20 miles away. So it's I thought for sure I was gonna have to be evacuated. It was crazy. I promised Raccoon when she gets in, I'll show you guys pictures and explain what happened. It's still not over. I mean, the fires are still going on, but thought I was gonna lose the house this week. Yeah, Eric, it's unreal. Didn't really sleep that much this past couple days. Especially the night of the fire, too. Still got a lot of it's kind of weird, like sometimes we get some smoke in the area and then there are times it goes away. So I actually got the windows open now because this morning the smoke was so bad I couldn't even open up a window. But then it maybe around like 10 o'clock it started going away. A lot of the wildlife, like birds, are around the area now because I guess they got kicked out of the forest. So I got a lot of birds like in the back of my house in the wood area now. I mean, that's some of the music playing, but this morning I woke up and just tons and tons of birds in the back. This is like the first day I'm actually doing a little bit of work. Yeah, what's up, Matt? Yeah. I have a crazy story about the fires, and I'm gonna show you guys some pictures. Raccoon was able to contact me through Instagram, and she was wondering if I was alive and stuff. So I sent her some pictures, but I'll tell you guys the story when we get a little bit more people in. But yeah, these fires were just all because of some 19-year-old wanted to do a bonfire in the woods, I guess. I'll tell you one thing though, all these first responders, firemen, police, I give them a lot of credit for containing the fire to keep it away from the housing. Anyone who bitches about them are stupid because these guys did an amazing job. Oh, there's Raccoon. Alright, I'll start showing you guys some pictures and stuff. Alright, so I'll tell you the story. It's very nerve-wracking. So, on Tuesday, it was probably about, probably about 11 o'clock, I started smelling smoke. And I thought maybe somebody was lighting a fire, or, maybe they were doing some grilling or something. And then, it started getting stronger throughout the couple hours. And then, probably about 3 o'clock, I looked outside past my, through my front of my house, beyond the house behind me, and it was a huge fire. And I went online to find out what the hell was going on, and that's when I found out there was a forest fire. Basically, my house is, here by the water, and, if you go past this highway, Route 9, and then over here to the parkway, it was right here. So, if the wind was blowing east, it would come to me. So I'll show you the picture of what I first saw. So this is basically what I saw around 4 o'clock. Oops. Hold on. Huge picture. Hold on. So, I look outside my front, and that's where the fire started, directly in front of my house, probably 20 miles or 15 miles away. So, as you can see, this is about the time the power went out of my house too, because they shut the power down. And what happened is the fire started going in this direction. It started going north, because this is directly west. So it started going a little bit north. So what happened was, after that, let me get the next picture. There was a lot of ash coming down my house around me. That's when I started getting really worried. Because I was like, oh crap, I was like, if this stuff really gets bad, then it could light up around my house. So this is the second picture I took. So you can see how it started getting even bigger. And it started it was just going crazy, and it felt like it was only 3 miles away. That's how bad it was. So here is, let's see, what's the next picture I can show? So, all right, let's see. All right, so this one here. Alright, so this is all the ash. It may not look like a lot to you guys, But this was all the black ash that was falling down. It was starting to fall down around my house. So all this black ash started falling down around me and stuff. There's like a little pile of it now, kind of blue in the corner around my garage. That's what was scaring me the most, because probably about I went down the road and I was talking to a neighbor, and he was telling me that his son was out there fighting the fires and stuff. That's when it started getting dark out, and there was like an orange glow, and all the ash was coming down at me, and I was getting very concerned that that ash would kind of ignite something around my house. So that started getting scary as all hell. That was very worrisome. So it was probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock, I guess, when things started getting dark out, and it got eerily quiet because the power was out. There was no lights. No one was really running generators yet, and there was fire sirens everywhere. Just fire sirens everywhere, and there was a lot of talk about evacuation. So it was probably about 8:30. I packed up my suitcase with a bunch of clothes. I grabbed some important papers. I ripped out my computers, my little Mac Minis. I threw them in the suitcase. I grabbed anything else I thought would be really important, just in case we were going to be evacuated. Because a little bit south of me, they were evacuating some of the town area there. So I stayed up to about 3 in the morning, because I wasn't sure if I was going to be evacuated. So I was like half asleep. Every time I heard sirens, I got up, I went to the window, and I just saw an orange glow out there, and I was like, oh. But it was probably about 3 in the morning, though. The orange glow, kind of went away, and I didn't hear any more sirens that much anymore, so I guess it's sort of, calmed down. So I finally passed out on the couch. I woke up probably about 7, 8 o'clock. I look outside, and it's a sunny day. I still hear some sirens, but it's sunny out, but I can see the smoke. So I'll show you the picture from the bay. Let me see if I can get this situated. So I guess the evacuation lifted in the morning. But, if we, so this is what I woke up to in the morning, this picture here. So I'm like, it's a weird sunny day, but you can still see this huge fire, past these houses here. So, yeah, I actually have a bug out bag myself. It's got everything in there that if you had to live off the land. It's got pamphlets for what flowers you can eat, like matches, one of those, foil blanket things in the bag. It's got everything in the bag if you had to run out and you had to live somewhere without going to someone's house, just in case. So that's what I woke up to in the morning. And then let me find the picture of, if I could put the Pan American picture together. Hold on, let's see. So I drove down to the bay, which is about 3 miles away from my house. And this is where I usually walk to when I go to, take my walks during the day. I go down to this bay here. So this, and then where's the other one? I took some videos, but I don't think I can post them in the chat. So, for some odd reason, the wind was blowing southwest, so we didn't get all the smoke. But you could kind of see, this right here is kind of, so my house is kind of in this direction, down this way. So it started moving all the way up north now. And this wind was blowing it all the way southwards. Absolutely insane. So yeah, it just this cloud just went all the way south, just kind of going all the way south toward Atlantic City. So this picture is looking exactly west of New Jersey, and the back of me is the Barnegat Bay. So it was just insane. Absolutely insane. So some 19-year-old supposedly was doing a bonfire in the woods with all these leaves that are dry because we have a drought in New Jersey, and he didn't properly stop it, and it just went like wildfire. So if you go online and you look up on like X, like Waretown, New Jersey fire, there's a video of like the Waretown exit on the parkway up in flames, and that's my exit and stuff. So it was crazy. It's still not out though. It's still going. We're hoping for. Supposedly we're supposed to get rain tonight. I hope it's a lot of rain because they still haven't contained it. Because it's from what I understand, it's still burning like sort of northwest now. So yeah, that's what I've dealt with this week. I swear to God, I thought that was it. I was gonna lose the house and everything. But yeah, you guys should definitely put it together, bag to go. You know, like they call them bug out bags. You can learn what to put in them, but they're really handy in case in case your house is ever just up in flames and you can't grab anything. You grab that bag and you go. My brother is a former Marine, so he made me do one, and it's in my closet, and that's like I had that on the floor next to my door to go. It's really you could buy pre-made ones if you want, but if you really want to make a good one, you just buy a good like camping backpack, and you fill it up with stuff. You know, like you fill it up with everything for like living off the land. You know, they have pills that can purify water. You know, like a sewing kit, bandages. Get one of those pamphlets that teaches you what flowers and leaves you can eat and which ones you can't. You know, there's a lot of like bug out safety stuff to put in the bag. Because you like just imagine, you know, because I thought like if this fire like burned like my town and it burned other towns, I mean I could go to families' houses, but what if this thing spread even further, you know? Or the other thing too is like if you look at these pictures here, if everything over on the west was burnt and caught me and I was stuck here by the bay and I could never cross it, I would need to have something, you know, stuff there. So but yeah, it was scary as hell, man. I didn't know if I was gonna lose the house. I didn't know if it was coming toward us. So they have this picture here. I'll show you this picture. So the next day, when I finally had a chance to get out and like kind of drive around, they did a pre-burn in front of the it's the power plant. So let me find a good picture. So they did a pre-burn here. It was to contain the fire, just in case it wouldn't spread over the highway. So what they were doing is on this road. So this is probably about, I would say about 5 miles from my house. What they did is they did a pre-burn here, a backfire. So this way, if the fire did reach this area, it wouldn't hop the highway into all the houses. So I guess what they were doing is like around 8 o'clock at night, they were burning all these leaves and everything so it didn't come across. So, but that's a scary sight though. But the thing is, when I woke up the next morning, around this area on the other side of the highway, there was some smoldering. So there might have been some ash that started some stuff, but they got it in time. Hey, what's up, Scott? So yeah, that's what happened this week. It was funny too, Raccoon. When I saw your message, I think it was the next day, right? It was probably the day after because we lost power and it was very hard to get cell reception too. Because all my family members were texting me. They wanted to know if I was alive. They wanted to know what was going on. I'm like, I'm in the dark here. I don't know what's going on. And then to top it off too, I didn't know there was a forest fire, of course. So my cell phone was only like 40% charged. That's another thing. So I have the old laptop, so I hooked up the laptop and I used the battery off the laptop to charge my phone. But I'm definitely going to buy a generator inverter this year because I can't go another summer without a generator. So I think I'm going to have to get a generator this year. You know those scenes in movies where, it's like, it's dark and you see a fire glow and there's all the ash coming down and the wind? I swear to God, I felt like I was in an apocalyptic movie. And then I think it was about 7 o'clock too is when a lot of the wind started coming into my area. So I had to put on one of my masks because I couldn't breathe outside. So I made sure I went in the house and I shut all the windows and I made sure everything was closed. So I tried to keep the smoke out as much as I could. And this morning I woke up, there was a ton of smoke around the area. But then it went away. So I was talking to my cousin and my friend. I have a bingo card now, so I made it through the 2008 market crash. I made it through the 2015 hurricane, then the 2020 pandemic, now the 2025 forest fires. So I think what's left on my bingo card is the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, I'll say I'm lucky. I'm saying a lot of us here are lucky, because a lot of homes are right around where it started, and somehow they kept the fire from going into the homes. I was telling my cousin, like, I just expect one morning to wake up and zombies just going through my window and just like, because I don't know, it's just, there's just so much shit going on. I'll take the asteroid, at least then I know we'll be wiped out, but see, we have, since I'm closer to the bay and the ocean, we have a lot of evacuation plans for water coming east, but I don't think they ever planned for a forest fire on the west side. Because like when you want to evacuate, it's there. It's like there. It's like, where do you go from that point? So, I met a guy today at the bank. I went to the bank today, and there was a guy, and we were waiting online, so we were talking outside. Afterwards, he works for the water department, and he told me that they used so much water to fight this fire, and it still hardly did anything. I forgot how many tons and tons of gallons they used. But he said it was insane. He said it was so hot that when they were spraying the water, it just turned into a mist because it was that hot. Yeah, I saw the helicopters dropping all the water. It was crazy. Yeah, I'm hoping tomorrow rains because we need to kind of contain this as much as possible because this is not going to go away on its own. I mean, yeah, it's burning out in some areas, but it's still going on. And the problem too is you got a lot of those embers in the dirt, and those could kick back up too. Yeah, we have a drought. There is a bad drought in New Jersey, and I think there's also a drought in New York too. So we need some crazy rain. But I had that smoke smell. It's all in my house. It's in my clothes. It's in my bed. But there's no sense of washing anything yet until, maybe tomorrow if the rain really kicks it down. Sunday I can wash a lot of stuff and everything. But what was weird though is so it started on Tuesday. Wednesday in the afternoon everything got lifted, So I went to Walmart because I figured, all right, let me go grab some, you know, some like Gatorade and some drinks and stuff. And I thought maybe it would be like everybody's running there to pick up stuff. It was like a normal day, nobody cared. But when you walk out of Walmart and you look on the west side of it, there's this huge smoke thing, fire, and it's just, but like everyone was acting like it's a normal day, which was kind of funny to me. I guess because we all got lucky, we didn't get hit in the housing area. People just kind of went on with their day. But I think one in the industrial park back there, I think one building is completely gone. It did go by the power plant, but the power plant that's by me has been decommissioned. So there's no, like, you know, there's no crazy radiation that could go anywhere. So it's, but it's still, it's insane. And the crazy thing is, where it started is exactly where I get onto the parkway when I have to go see my parents and take them to the doctors. So I know exactly where the fire started. So maybe like next week I'll take a trip down and see like how bad it is. I don't know if the area is still blocked off yet. Because there's that Super Jersey Expo comic book show tomorrow. I'm gonna go to with my friends, and I was thinking like, I don't know if the fire is going in that direction, but I think it's still. I mean that's like up in Jackson, so that's like far away. But I'm just hoping they contain this fire somehow. You know what I was laughing though is I was on a couple websites. There was everybody on Tuesday night was calling for this is global warming and we gotta, and they were getting into political stuff nonstop Tuesday night about global warming and we need to do this and we need to do that and blah blah blah, and the politicians, and the funny thing is my neighbor across the street, he goes, 100% of the time it's a human error, and sure enough it was a kid with a bonfire. So now all those people who were complaining about global warming are now quiet. Oh, Eric, it's in the new dome? Yeah, I'm going to check it out tomorrow. See how it is. Yeah, normal fires I understand, you know, but I mean, we've always had normal fires everywhere. But this was some 19-year-old that wanted to do a bonfire with pallets in the middle of the woods. Like, I was talking to the guy today. Do kids not go to like Cub Scouts or Girl Scouts anymore and learn about fire safety as a kid? Like, even I know to not take a couple pallets and go into the middle of the woods and make a bonfire with all dried leaves around me. That's just asking for a forest fire. And even when we have droughts, everyone says, don't, you know, the season is dry, don't do any fires in your backyard. You know, don't have a fire pit, don't do anything. But that was just dumb. But from what I understand, he had a bonfire and he didn't properly put it out, or he left it as is, and it just kept going. But I don't know the whole story yet, so I'll have to wait. Well, that's also what pissed me off, is everybody's like, global warming, and we got to get money, and we got to put toward global warming. We don't know why this was caused yet. Keep your mouth shut, let them do their investigation, and then figure out what the hell's going on. Like, I hate how every time there's a emergency or a life-threatening event, everybody goes into politics right away. Let's find out what the hell is going on and then go off. Like, I'm trying to find the news, I'm trying to find emergencies, I'm trying to find information, do I need to evacuate? And people are just spamming political shit. Yeah, so it's been an interesting week. And I don't know how people can bitch about police or firemen or any of these people anymore. I mean, there's always a couple bad apples everywhere, but these guys have been working day and night to contain this fire, which is, you know, which is crazy. And I still don't know how people want to defund everything. As I get older and I experience more of these life-threatening issues, I have more respect for all these people that do this stuff. Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to be a Cub Scout when I was younger. It wasn't my thing, but my parents made me. And you know, I didn't really go into Boy Scouts, but I was a Cub Scout. But even as a Cub Scout, you learn to, you know, what to do with fire and stuff, and you learn safety. And they taught you like about dry leaves in the woods and stuff. So you had some kind of know-how. But I guess nobody does this shit anymore. So this kid was like, "Yeah, I'll just make a bonfire in the woods and it'll be fine." Yeah, that's true, Terrell. But I'm just getting sick of people. People are just retarded these days. Like even by me, if I wanted to put a fire pit outside, you know, get one of those little metal container pits, I would have to go through a fire safety course because you can't do those in these areas unless you have like a fire's permit. And even then, I probably wouldn't even do it because I'm so close to the woods back here. I don't have like a large backyard, and I wouldn't want to do it in the front of my house either. So just don't do it. I would love to, but just just won't do it because I'm not risking a fire. Yeah, you're right. We did have a lot of the safety stuff, like the fire bear and all that stuff, and I don't know. Just, but this is a hard lesson learned for people now. This wasn't just a little fire. This thing is, and it's still going on right now. It's not over. So this fire is going to be going until we get rain or until it burns out. And even when it is done, there's going to be a lot of embers in the dirt that get kicked back on. I think that's what a lot of people forget is those fire embers. Even if they're in the dirt, they're still glowing red hot. Oh yeah, the wildlife is gone out there. But like I said, there's a lot of birds back behind my house now. I'm seeing tons and tons of birds. I hear them now. And we already had a lot of wildlife that was being pushed toward the ocean because of all the woods they were taking down to build all these low-income housing areas. So now, and I think the kid's father is like a plumber and he owns like a big business or something. I don't know. I don't know the whole story yet. I just know he's been arrested. I remember the Indian guy too. I remember that. But between my allergies and the smoke now, I'm kind of all congested. Because the pollen was just starting up too. My high school friend called me too because his mother lives down around the area and she lives in the elder community. And I was like, dude, I would go get her or get her out of there, but I don't even know if I'm allowed to like leave my area. I think that's the other thing too is people don't know in my area there's a lot of elder communities that people move down south. So I do know where you saw that smoke on the other side of that house toward that area back there. That's where a lot of the elder community was too, and that's where a lot of the heavier smoke was. So if it hit them, I don't know what would have happened. Are you talking about the fire here, Eric? Oh, okay. So they were back. Oh, all right. Yeah. See, I think we got lucky. We really didn't have a lot of loss of buildings or homes. I think just the one industrial park. There was one building that was burnt to the ground. Chiquita Camp. Yeah, I know where that is too. I have an idea where that is. And when I say the industrial stuff, I think it's more just like, like rock areas and, industrial stuff. And now the other thing too that really did piss me off about this, and this is why I hate mainstream media, is they were going crazy acting like this was the worst thing ever in history, and they were putting out a lot of false stuff too, which I've noticed. They were saying houses are being burnt down, people are dying, but then you would hear reports of no loss of life. So the media, like mainstream media, I stayed away from for the past couple days. I was trying to go onto local news and also like chat boards. There's like nextdoor.com and X I was on. So anything in mainstream media I stayed off of because they were saying some stupid shit there for a while. So like incidents like this, living through them, and with mainstream media, I'm starting to really, really hate them more than ever now. Because also too, they were people were on chat boards like trying to like navigate in the area. Like, hey, this road is closed down, but you could go through this section. But mainstream media was going into the chat boards asking for video footage and pictures. Like, get the hell off of the video, like, chat boards and let people communicate what's going on. So there was posts like, I'm a reporter from USA News or CNN. Send me pictures and videos if you can. It's like, we're trying to figure out how to get off the island and everything, or get away from the fire, and you're asking for video. So, like I said, I'm really starting to hate mainstream media. I mean, I hated them before, but now I'm really, really starting to despise them. And I have to say this too. Why is it every time there's a forest fire, the governor of the state is always in another country? The governor from the one in California was on vacation, and Governor Murphy for New Jersey is in Poland. Why is it every time there's something going on, these governors are like out on vacation, having a great old time, or doing something else? Like, why are they not in the state? No, no. It's been an adventure. And I think Governor Murphy still hasn't even said anything yet. Yeah, but like, why Poland? Like, why are you flying all the way out to Poland? What the hell is out in Poland that you need to be there for? But at least Jersey, at least, well, not, well, I won't say Jersey, but at least the area I'm in, they said that they could even suck the water out of the Barnegat Bay and the ocean. So if they had to get some kind of water, they can at least, you know, but like places like California and the areas, they have no water reserve. So that, you know, it's a different beast. But I don't know. It's like, it's just, these governors are just, they don't do shit. They'll take our tax money. But when there's an emergency, they're nowhere to be found. But not get my vote. You want to go to Poland? Go to Poland. Don't be a governor. Oh, well, they told everybody not to do the drones because people were trying to fly their drones. But what happens is the drones are at the same level as the helicopters pouring water, so the helicopters could run into the drones. So they were putting out an emergency bulletin in the area. Anyone who has drones, do not fly them. So that's all we needed to see is helicopters go down trying to put out with water, you know. Yeah, a lot of people are saying now that the land is all burned, Murphy's going to probably buy it up and put low-income housing there. I didn't realize that the government or these people are buying up all the land by me and building all these low-income areas. So I guess that's like a big thing in this area now, so we're going to see what happens. Yeah, I know. They're from. It's kind of funny as I was reading all this stuff with all the fires and everything. I kind of went down the rabbit hole on the chat boards, and they were talking about how they want to put some of those 15-minute cities here in these areas down here. So I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them. But I didn't really see any drones in the air or anything. So I guess a lot of people who have drones kind of are professionals and they know what to do and when not to do them. So that's a good thing. But yeah, I was without power for about 28 hours. They shut down all the power because they didn't want the lines to get burned. And just kind of in the blue there for a while. But I just have to laugh at how people just start running their mouths right away about global warming and global this and the environment, and meanwhile it was just a 19-year-old being an idiot, you know? People so bad want it to be global warming, but every time something happened, it's proven that it's not. I don't know. Crazy, crazy times. At least the air quality got better now. It's pretty bad there earlier today. But I keep on having like little PSD if I hear fire engines now. Keep on thinking it's like starting up again. But let's see. Let me see. Is the rain coming in yet? We're gonna need a lot of rain. So we're not gonna get rain till about 3 in the morning. Oh well, I hope it's a lot. So that is my week. Have you guys done anything? Anything new going on? Or just kind of a boring week on your end? Slow week, nothing going on. Well, that's good. Don't worry about it, Raz. I saw your message after like the fires, and I was like, that was the last thing on my mind. I was like, whatever. One way or the other, I'll get them from you. It's not like I need them right now anyway. So, don't sweat it. Hey Zebby, how's it going? Yeah, I don't. You never sent me a picture of the ears, so you only sent me the one bag, and I figured that was it. So I was like, whatever. I didn't. I had no clue there was more anyway. So I said it's not the end of the world. So when did I get the package? When did I tell you? Did I get the I think I got the package on Tuesday, right? No, the fires were Tuesday. Maybe it was Monday. Yes, I never even like looked at the different things. It's like I said, no big deal. Whatever, we'll get them. Hey, what's up, Butterfly? Oh, I'm glad it's sunny today. You kind of missed the whole start of the stream, Butterfly. But we're praying for rain out here. We need the rain badly. Yeah, Butterfly, you should go on New Jersey Ocean County fires. Basically, that is where it's all by me. So we need rain to put this crap out. I just hope we don't get like 3 drops of rain tomorrow and this fire goes on for like another month. I hope we get like a lot of friggin' rain. Put all this out. It's been a very dry winter too, and they were right. There wasn't really much rain or snow at all this winter, so we didn't get a lot of that. Quizzic, yeah, they it was a 19-year-old who started it. He had a bonfire. Now, supposedly he had a bunch of friends with him, but so far, from what I understand, he hasn't ratted out any friends. Because why are you having a bonfire by yourself? You know. If you have a bonfire by yourself in the woods, then there's something wrong with you. But supposedly he's 19. He had a bonfire in the woods, with pallets of wood, not just like some logs of wood, like pallets. So this was a specific bonfire for something. And from the last thing I read was, he had the bonfire, he didn't correctly put it out, and he left it, and it just went nuts. Oh yeah, it's dumb as shit. It's the dumbest thing in the world. Like, everyone I've talked to, at least my age or older, knows that you don't have a bonfire in the middle of the woods with brush everywhere, dry brush. Well, they said it's arson, so I don't know if he's like a firebug or if he was just stupid. If you look online, you can see his mugshot. He looks a little bit more of the stupid kind than a firebug to me. But from when I talked to my neighbor, he told me that back there in the woods, there's always kids out there doing like fire pits and stuff. But this, like, if you do a little fire pit, like a camping fire pit, that's different. But he had a bonfire, like pallets of wood stacked on each other. So that's stupid to me. Like, if you're in the woods and you have a little, fire pit, for like roasted marshmallows or something, that's something that you can kind of throw dirt on and you can properly, cover it up when you're done. But if you're putting pallets of wood for fire, that's just moronic. Now, I don't know how many pallets, but, even if it's like 3 or 4 pallets, that's stupid. Pallets are big, pallets are the stuff you put, like, stuff on for back of trucks and everything. So, yeah, it's mind-blowing to me. I'm still dumbfounded over this. Because, what was it? The guy, See, I can hear a helicopter now, probably still putting down water in areas. Whatchamacallit. They said that when it was going up the parkway, you know, the brush was going up the parkway burning by the exits. They said it was moving so fast, it was like cars that were driving to get away, where it was like following the cars, that's how fast it was burning. Yeah, there's no way he was in there by himself. He had to have a couple friends, you know. They probably got a couple beers, you know. They probably figured, let's have a little fire. But we haven't been, like, having cold weather enough to even do a fire, really. Yeah, maybe a little fire in your backyard, but a bonfire? I don't know. It's something. They gotta investigate it and find out what's going on. I know everybody wants him to be thrown in jail. He's 19. You know, he's not like a 13-year-old or a 12-year-old out in the woods doing this stuff. He's 19 years old. You know, at 19 you got to be smart enough to know not to do something like that. You would think. I mean, don't get me wrong. When we were all young, we've all done stupid shit. You know, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. We've all done some dumb shit in our day. But I think I learned early on as a kid with fire prevention that you just don't do stuff like that. Like I come from the days where they would have bonfires for like football games in high school, but they would have all the fire marshals and firemen around there. They would set up the fire pits with the bonfire. They would make sure it was nowhere near any woods, and they would have it on the field. And that would, you know, we're going back into, you know, the early 90s, late 80s when they had the high school fire bonfire pit stuff. They don't do that anymore, of course, but back in the day they did. And you weren't allowed to go near the fire. They had to have a certain, you know, and everybody was smart enough to have fun but not do anything dumb. So I don't know. Let me see, I can, let's see. Still smoke back there. I can see it through the window. And, yeah, there's still a cloud of smoke going. Let's see. Yeah, I can still see helicopters. Can hear them. Yeah, like I said, I didn't do much this week at all. I was too stressed out. Lost too much sleep. Yeah, especially pallet wood. Pallet wood, you know, that stuff kind of goes up fairly fast, depending on how old it is. It's kind of like made to burn almost in a way sometimes. But, by me, there's, well, any woods just have lots and lots of dry leaves, and also we have a lot of those pine needles too. And those pine needles are kindling real fast. But I'm sure we'll get some more information as they investigate. Right now, I'm sure the police are sort of investigating while the firemen and everybody else is trying to put out the fires and contain it. So I would rather them contain everything first and then worry about like what actually happened. We know this kid did it. It's stupid, but it's still going on, and I guess they want to stop it from going to homes. Trying to think of where I'm at now. Like I said, I'm all over the place this week. Didn't really do a hell of a lot. Well, even like when I go out to see my college buddy on this farm in PA, we do like a little bit of a fire pit out in the back, but he has no like woods really by him. It's a farmland, so there's really no woods. But even when we're done, we grab the shovel and we throw all the dirt all over the embers, and we break it up and we cover it for the night. But with a bonfire, you can't do that. Oh well, we'll get some more news this week, hopefully. Find out what the hell's going on. I am going to do satin on these straps. That's good, Butterfly. You having fun with it? That's good, as long as you're having fun. Did you get yourself the N52 magnets? Magnets are sometimes a pain in the ass, but once you get used to them, it makes life a lot easier. Just a couple extra steps. Kind of missed a little spot up here. Alright, Butterfly, have a good one. Alright, so we got some touch-ups here and there. I'll have to do off camera down the line, but they get the stuff in for the base. So this came in before the apocalypse. So there is a black bottle in here, so see how this stuff works. Okay. What can I do now? Sorry, so we can start doing some trim on the hats and go from there. Let's let this dry a bit. Just grab a towel. Oh, that's right, I did it, we gotta fix her hair. That's what I never did. Alright, let's fix the hair. Said I haven't done anything this week at all. It's just been not a good week. I was hoping to sell the Mary Jane, but the old Psylocke statue sold on eBay, but not the Mary Jane. So it's kind of a weird week all around. Alright, let's do this up. Gonna have to play catch up next week. Really try and get these finished up. I saw the Jessica Rabbit from the CAS Studios or whatever. Really don't like it very much. Doesn't feel like a Jessica Rabbit statue. Seems very sleepy. But I saw ES Monster did a Luna Snow, which looks pretty good. I might do that for myself down the line. There was another statue I saw I liked. I forgot if it was from Abe or CS Monster. I'll have to look again. Oh, it was the, I think it was the CS Studio, the Medusa. She looked okay. It wasn't that bad. Hey, Fixer, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Oh, really, Raz? Send it to me in an email. It's always good to see this stuff. Yeah, the Luna Snow, they did two versions of her. One where she's got the leg in the air and the other one where she's a museum pose. I like the museum pose a lot, so I'm thinking I might get that printed for myself down. Because I wanted a Luna Snow for a while. I just wish they went off of the Future Fight outfits. But they're going off of the, whatchamacallit, the Rivals. I'm kind of curious on why they went like realistic. It's kind of like a very sad Jessica Rabbit realistic statue. Not really feeling it. I mean, I understand if you want to go with like a realistic look, but she looks very sad. Yeah, whatever, Raz. No big deal. It'd just be interesting to see it is all. Doesn't mean it's something I can't print and mess around with down the line and just throw up on eBay, you know, if it's a funny one. Is it a new one or is it an old one you found? Because I know there's a couple older naughty ones. Yeah, that's kind of how it looks. Terrell, it's weird. It looks very sad. I don't know if they were trying to go for something. I don't know. I can't figure that one out too well. It just doesn't feel like Jessica Rabbit. Unless it's supposed to look like some kind of famous model or actress. I don't know. But I didn't really see it. I mean, so far as far as Jessica Rabbits go, this ES Monster one seems to be the one. You know, it's got a little bit of a realistic body, but it's got the animated face. So with some tweaks, it kind of looks like her, you know. But as far as any of the other sculpts out there, some are okay. Some are kind of way closer to the animation, but the body's kind of off. You know, like some of the other STLs, the faces look good, but the body seems a little too off. And then there's other ones where the face is off, but the body seems pretty good. Like I said, all you need to do is kind of sort of follow Sideshow, and you got a perfect Jessica Rabbit. You don't have to follow the same pose, but sort of the anatomy. Like, with this one here, if they just gave her, like, the waist like I gave her, thinner waist, and then, less detailed in the legs, and thinner, feet, smaller feet, ankles, it would probably be closer to the Jessica Rabbit from the movie. Not saying you have to copy the movie exactly, but just gotta kind of follow the body proportions, and then it works. Other than that, other than the Luna Snow, the Medusa looked pretty good. Hasn't really seen anything else that captures my eye that's come out. So what I think I want to do this summer is I want to try to get that Bayonetta kit done for myself, and then after that I want to try to get that America Chavez kit printed and turn it into a Kid Flash. And then I would like to down the line either do that Luna Snow or they also, what was that 3D Moon site guys, they did that Hinata, which kind of looked okay. I might want to do that one too, but I gotta catch up on a lot. I definitely want to get some of my own stuff done a little bit this summer. Well, like I said, there's that one on the Colts 3D site that's not bad. It's got kind of more of a superhero feel to it, which is not bad to try to do one down the line. But for me, I kind of enjoy doing these and then, you know, selling them on eBay and stuff and doing them on the side. So I kind of, it's kind of fun to do them. You know, there's a market for them. It pays the bills, plus it's fun. So that's why I'm kind of hoping that more people do variations of her. But if not, maybe I'll just revisit these again down the line. Alright, let that dry a bit. And let's do a little trim. I'm just not completely with it today, guys. Just bear with me. It's not really all there. Oh, you got her? Yeah, I might bug you for one down the line, Raz. I like the... did they do 2 versions of her, I think? But like I said, that might be something down the line for myself. If I ever get to it. I don't think it's anything I'm gonna get to anytime soon, but something I would it's kind of like once I finish up some grails and personal customs, I'm gonna start trying to find those files to mess around with here and there. But by the time I'm ready to work on that, there'll probably be like 30,000 other files I would want instead. Where is that other brush? Here it is. careful. Anything new in the video game industry this week that I might have missed? I haven't caught up on all my YouTube videos yet. Just kind of curious if there was anything new going on. Hinata in a, really? Did he ever show it off, or was it like a private commission? I would love to see it, just to see how it turned out. That's kind of a cool idea. I never even thought of something like that. I always wondered if, like, there's a lot of people out there doing, like, sort of, commissions, but don't show them off, you know? Keep them private. If I'm allowed to see it, let me see it, Raz. If I'm not, then that's okay. Hey, what's up, Cherry? Doing alright. Hopefully you're doing alright. Where is... I gotta clean, I gotta do spring cleaning. This place is a mess. Absolute mess. You asked him what, Terrell? Oh, that people get commissions and then never show it off? I mean, I have a friend who's done a bunch of stuff, but he's never posted or shown it. He hasn't printed the stuff yet, because he's going to print it and I'll paint it. But he's trying to finish up a specific team. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there who just do stuff and they print it out and they just don't show it off. I'm just kind of curious on, like, how often it happens, you know? Is that the thing where he talked about a long time ago about where, like, files would be, like, serial numbered or something? Because Because I remember a long time ago, I don't know if he talked about it or if the businesses were talking about it, where the file would be encrypted and the 3D printer would be encrypted, and only if you paid for it, you can print it out. But I think we're beyond that point. I don't think you can stop the beast now. Like if the government was to get involved and to start mandating that, I think the people would find ways to get around it. You know, it's a computer system, so I don't think they could. You remember like when they tried to do that with music back in the day, where they tried to encrypt the music where it could only play on the iPod and stuff, but people found ways around it. So I can't imagine them trying to do that with files by now, because it's too over. It's out there. You can't stop it. Is that what he's talking about? So been posting a lot of stuff about 3D printing on Instagram lately. So, but he probably posts more on Facebook, probably. I'll have to go and check then. Like I said, I think it's too late. I mean, if you really, really wanted to stop all this stuff, it should have been done from the get-go. But I think now that everyone has 3D printers and people are just sharing files left and right, it's kind of... Cool, Raz. I'll check it out. Send it to me. So I mean, if you think about it, if like say Sideshow wanted to start selling STL files, but they wanted it encrypted, and you would have to have a special printer that encrypts their file to be printed on your end, you know. But then how do you stop the file from, like, if it fails, you know? And then you want to print it again. Will the file let you print it again? You know, that's what I'm thinking about. But maybe you're thinking about something else. I don't know. But oh, well, it's not going to. I don't see it happening. Just my personal opinion. I don't see it's ever going to happen. I think we're past the point where 3D printers are being made nonstop, and they're not even thinking about having like licensed files being only to print on their computers, because then that would have to open up a whole R&D, you know, system, and they would have to design the computer to do that in the program. You know, like, I can't imagine that happening. And if it's going to happen, it's going to take, like, corporations and governments to step in to do it. You know? Because at the point now is, people are sculpting and doing 3D files like crazy. They're sharing them. They're all over the internet, and people are printing them. I can't imagine, you know, going back. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you know, like, say this Jessica Rabbit file, like, just for instance, Sideshow, you know, commissioned it, and if you wanted to print this on your own, you would have to pay for the file, and then you would have to have the license to print it on your printer, and blah, blah, blah. But why do that when you can hire somebody, like, around the corner to give you an STL file to print on your own, and you're done, you know? And then you can sell it or share it with a friend. I think, like I said, I think we're past the point. I can't imagine any of that happening. You know, we're venturing into basically you wouldn't even need a sculptor anymore. AI will make the sculpt for you. AI will print it out. We're coming close to 3D printers printing in color. Yeah, it's just everything is just going crazy. I hear everybody blowing leaves now and cleaning up their properties. I guess everyone's scared. That's why I did all my leaves like 2 weeks ago. So I think what I'll do is I'll get this white part done, and then hope, as long as we don't have any end of the world crap again next week, I'm gonna try to do a midstream, finish up some details, and start getting these bases going. So maybe one day in the middle of the week next week I can start getting these done. I want to try to get these done before the end of the month, right? Do we have 2 weeks or 1 week left? Oh crap, I only got 1 week left. That's not happening. No, we'll try. This week completely put a damper on everything. spot there. See if I can sand this out. This white paint, if you don't spray it so thick so fast, you can get away with doing this, which is kind of good. That's why I like this white. That's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. That's the goal with the Jessica rabbits. You don't want them to be clean. She's a naughty girl, so. I still say the best one I ever made was the French maid outfit. I think the French maid outfit one I did is my all-time favorite. I had so much fun making that one. I was actually sad to see it go, but it was a lot of fun. I think because the seamstress I knew at the time made me that ruffle stuff that I put underneath her skirt. I think with the sculpting and that ruffle stuff made it look really, came out really well. I remember the guy who bought it from me too. He wasn't even like a statue collector. I think he just saw it, and he just fell absolutely in love with it. And he was a Jessica Rabbit fan, and he just had to have it. I'm gonna have to clean up the trim a little bit, but it's a good start. I wouldn't mind doing another French maid one. I would probably do it a little bit different. You know, not the same type of outfit. Maybe I'll change it up a lot. Because there's a lot of like French maid different outfits out there you could go on DeviantArt and pick from. But yeah, I wouldn't mind redoing another one. I just probably wouldn't do the cloth ruffle though. I would probably have to come up with something else. Only because I don't know how to make that ruffle stuff. And then also, I try to stay away from fabric now as much as I can. So as far as a French maid outfit, I might do like a tighter skirt maybe. You know, I've seen a couple different, you know, variations. As far as like variations of Jessica Rabbit, there's a couple I kind of would love to do. If I can do like just some of my own on the side, you know. The possibilities are endless. But alright, I'm kind of tapped out. I'm just not with it today. So I figure if there's no life emergencies next week, I'm going to try probably Tuesday or Wednesday maybe kind of kick open a night stream and work on these again. I want to really try and get these kind of finished up. Because there's not much more to go. I'm going to have to order that carrot though for the nun this weekend. I keep forgetting. I was going to order it this week. That didn't work out. I got to get that ordered. But other than that, I think I got everything else. So what I need to do is probably on Monday, I'll get in the garage and I'll kind of sand down these bases. What I plan to do here is sort of like light sand this a little bit, but keep the black lines there and mist some silver on this. And try to keep my lines so I can put the black paint down first and then the coloring afterwards. So that's kind of the goal for this one. This right here is just going to be like a marble, so that's easy. And then I just got to sand this down for the colors. But other than that, the bases are pretty much ready to go. I got to do touch-ups, finish up these hats, get the communicator glued in, and then touch her up. And that's pretty much it. I don't think the only major thing left is her gloves and the hand with the handcuffs. So, that's kind of where I'm at with that. But other than that, I think touch-ups, bases, and we're pretty much there. Hey, what's up, Jacob? Yeah, you're coming in just as I'm like ready to be burnt out. I worked on your Supergirl Tuesday morning. And that's when I smelled the smoke and fire and all hell broke loose. So I was ready to fine tune it on Wednesday, but everything went to hell. I think it was Monday, I had a personal day because a cousin passed away to brain cancer. So then Tuesday I woke up, worked on your Supergirl, then that's when the fire hit. And it just screwed everything up. Yeah, I'm not with it, Jacob. It's the lack of sleep and stress this week kind of killed me. So, and getting nothing done kind of pissed me off, but that's kind of how it goes. And then I'm just getting ready for tomorrow. I need a day off tomorrow, so that's kind of what I'm doing tomorrow. Yeah, other than that, that's it. Yeah, none's getting there. I think I'm going to try to dab some of that color type texture on the hat piece a little bit, not much. And that should look pretty good. Yeah, that's a long story, Raccoon. Didn't even get a chance to see her with everything that went on last year, but that's... Yeah, it's been a long, long week, but not a very good one. Yeah, but there we go. Got the straps done. So now that the straps are done, she looks a little bit better. The sunlight coming in is kind of messing with it a bit. I'll take better videos of these when they're done too and post them. Just get some better pictures and stuff. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Like I said, I'm gonna have to make up next week. We got to do the red underneath her feet too. That's another thing we got to do. Got to get that red done. I think I gotta spray a little gloss over here too. I'll probably just do it now after the stream's done because I think I missed a spot of gloss here. So I gotta kind of clean that up a bit. Not completely done yet. We gotta finish the hats, her hands, get her carrot, and then do the bases. But we're pretty much at that end stuff, and then glue in the earrings, and then that's it. Touch-ups too, but I'm gonna do touch-ups off camera because I got to get in close and stuff. Because I think there's like 2 nicks on the skin underneath the butt. I got to fix on there, and just fix up some trim. Get the red done and go from there. But yeah, we're pretty much almost there. And then, like I said, I'm gonna take your suggestion and do the silent auction on the Patreon. And then if anyone who wants it gets to me, if they don't want it, then goes up on eBay. Yeah, I mean, these Jessicas could be anybody. You know, you can do Pokemon girls, you could do video game characters, you could do, it's Jessica Rabbit. Jessica Rabbit and Harley Quinn are endless opportunities. You could put them in any outfit and it works. You know? You could do, police officer, fireman, sailor, you could, just anything. I think out of all the characters out there, Jessica Rabbit, Harley Quinn, and what other character could you do? There's probably another character that could be done. Yeah, but that's it. Alright, I'm tapped. I'm done. I can't can't even keep my eyes open. So, alright, so like I said, Tuesday or Wednesday I'm going to try to get back onto these on the later night stream. So if all goes well and there's no end of the world crap or no zombies or any of that crap, I'll come back next week, alright? So this way we can get these done and we can try to start working on the next batch of stuff and get those going, printed and all that stuff. But you guys have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you later.